Suella Braverman, she's come out this week and decided to issue yet another, what is being described as a cruel statement, which is that people who sleep on the streets in tents are homeless because they want to be.
Yes, dear me. It's very difficult to know what to do when people start behaving like that, isn't it?
It really is. It seems like she's deliberately just
strive not to be unkind. I've never been impressed with Ms. Braverman,
no,
and I'm afraid I'm not now. But she maybe is trying to appeal to some mythical constituency she thinks is out.
This is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that she's trying to basically make herself ever more popular with the sort of right-wing people in the not just in the party, but in the Westminster Party, so that she can become the next Conservative leader.
Well, it may work, but what will she be leader of in that case? Because if they lose the election, as they seem very likely to do, and there's a tiny rump, it won't be much of a thing to be leader of.
No, it'll be like a cracked Ming vase to bring the old Keir Starmer thing in.
I think they'll be spending the entire next 5 years with a pot of glue trying to stick the Ming vase together again. I don't really think that any of them have really understood how low they've sunk in the estimation of the public. And it's a shame, because the problem with all this is that it puts Keir Starmer and the Blairites back in power for the first time.
And it's very much the
2010, and it is extremely Blairite, and therefore it will, when it comes to power, be enormously radical, very high tax, very redistributive, and people will hate it very quickly. And they'll say, why did we vote for this lot? And then they'll remember they voted for them because they hated the Tories.
And then they might...
I think, you may hate the Tories now, but you wait and see how much you hate Labour within 3 years of them coming to power.
And there'll be more people saying, you should have listened to Peter Hitchens.
Well, that's my life. They always listen to me when it's too late to be any use.
It's true. Because I wonder whether Tony Blair...
when it matters.
I wonder whether Tony Blair sits in his now magnificent residence, which he now has several of, counting his money, and wonders whether there's bits that he could have finished and bits that he could have done before he left office, and he want Keir Starmer to carry those on.
I think, I don't think Blair ever really understood what his government was doing. I think there were people in his government who did understand. I think he was always a figurehead for it. I think that to some extent, he was an effective figurehead because he really didn't know what was going on and could therefore act innocent, because he was. But Alistair Campbell wasn't innocent, and Peter Mandelson wasn't innocent, and Gordon Brown wasn't innocent. They all had an incredibly radical programme which they wanted to implement, frankly, for the next 20 or 30 years until the country was totally transformed. And they achieved a lot of that, and then they turned the Conservative Party into pretty much their servant. So nothing that the Tory Party have done since they came back into office has undermined any of the things that they did. No. And there we are. But I warn you, if you think that the Starmer government's going to be some kind of moderate interlude, you're in for a surprise.
Yeah, no, I fear you're absolutely right.